Hello everybody, this is Bobaluey. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the first video commentary I am doing to start my YouTube channel. I play Starcraft 2 and this is a game between Carnage and Darkswarm. I just wanted to start doing some commentaries on some Starcraft 2 games just to get into the scene and to be a part of the community. I have been playing Starcraft 2 for a while. I also play the original Starcraft, and so I've been playing this game for a long time. I'm actually not too familiar with either of these players, so that'll make this game a bit more exciting to watch. So spawning on the top right, we got Darkswarm of clan ZvT, I'm assuming. In the bottom left, the red Zerg player, Carnage. Maybe I could start doing some of the zoom in, zoom out, so I see some people do. Yeah, so getting the hang of this, guys. But yeah, this is an interesting map, Nimbus, because it's a 4-player map, or I should say it has 4 spawning locations, and they are cross-spawned. Looks like Darkswarm's undecisive on what he's gonna do. He dropped down the racks but then canceled, so I think he's going for an early CC, if that's the case. You see that the hatchery was put down. And Nimbus is a map that it's really easy to expo on, so it looks like Darkswarm did go with the CC first, and he's going to be focusing on his economy instead of going for a barracks early on. And now the spawning pool and of course the extractor were now started by Carnage. Darkswarm is not walling off, which kind of surprised me because as a Terran player I'd always want to wall off immediately, so I would have put my first supply depot over here in this area and then had my barracks wall off the front. So it was a bit surprising to see him do this this way, but you know, to each his own. So the Overlords unfortunately did not scout in the right place, so they still don't know where they are, or I should say they both don't know where each other is, so the Zerg player, Carnage, now has an idea that Darkswarm will be in the top right, just out of the process of elimination. So here come a few Zerglings, 6 on the field. And wow, look at that, 3cc, very bold, without even walling off. Now that, I think, is very ballsy, so I salute Darkswarm for taking the initiative and not fearing the Zerg presence. As a fellow Terran player, I commend him. I commend him for doing that. Not command. But there are 2 queens waiting for Hellions, I suppose. But there will not be any Hellions coming down anytime soon. 2 refineries now complete for Darkswarm, and I guess he just has these Marines not even completely walling off here. I'm just surprised that he did not close this off. It baffles me that he's doing it like this. And so now we're going with triple orbital. SCV is just laying around, taking a break, I guess. And here comes Zerglings to scout. He should have just committed I guess he was expecting a wall off. So we have the Overlords in good position to scout what Darkswarm is doing. And it looks like we now have a factory in production. Darkswarm has hardly any units on the field. And let's just see what we got here. We got 2 Marines, 34 SCVs, 3 Mules for Darkswarm. And our Zerg player already has 41 drones, 4 Lings, and 3 Queens. Needless to say, they are both focused on their economy right now. So it's a very slow game, to say the least. So I guess they're going for a bit more macro-focused gameplay today, in hopes of maybe having a slugfest of like giant armies, whatever term you want to use. Battle of the Bulge, I don't know. Wow, so it looks like the Terran player is going to go mech here. We see that we got 2 units killed, and those were 2 Lings. The income, Carnage is slightly ahead. The minerals, and Darkswarm slightly ahead in the gas. So right now some Hellions are being made, and we got the attack upgrade. It's still no wall off. A lot of Hellions. And here comes a Spire, which is interesting. I guess he's going straight to mute us right away. Spine Crawler for defense up front is always good. And the Hellions are on their way. 5 Hellions heading out, but we do see this Overlord that was about to become an Overseer get shut down by 2 Marines. And there's another scouting Overseer. And the Thors pop out just in time, and here we go, here's some action. Wow, that's a lot of Hellions. So we got 8 Hellions and 3 Queens. Trying to deny some of this creep spread. And now they are Hellbats. Oh man. This is not looking good for Carnage. He's got to shut this down. And all he has are some Zerglings and Banelings. So now they are back into Hellions, and the Hellions, he's trying to surround them, but there are just way too many Hellions here. And I think the Queens are actually in trouble. And oh man, this is not looking good for Carnage. He was not expecting a mech play, I think. And you know, I actually enjoy playing mech, but it's really hard to manage. So in a map like this, it's actually not too bad. Nimbus kind of allows you to... Oh, and Blue Flame has now been activated. Nimbus, it's fairly easy to defend your bases, so it's favorable, I'd say, for a Terran player in that regard, especially if you're going mech. And this is a pretty scary army for any Zerg player to deal with, and I don't think Carnage has the right unit composition to deal with this. 3 Thors and a crap load of Hellbats. And here comes the pain. The Thor is immediately focused, but I think that they're probably going to shut down these mutas pretty hard. And oh man, the muta's actually doing great work. And no anti-air on the field for the Terran player. And so what I thought was a nightmare composition was actually pretty easily shut down by Carnage. I just think that there's no anti-air. The Thors just were getting magic blocked like crazy and hardly doing anything. So he needs anti-air. It's just these Hellions are not enough. And Wow, down go all the drones. And if we look at unit loss, Carnage has lost a heck of a lot, but the resources lost are about equal. It's just that Carnage is losing his drones, and Darkswarm is just using some of his infantry and mech units. So Darkswarm putting on the pressure early on. There's a random queen up here. I think that was a misrally. Carnage somehow was able to expand one more time in all the madness, or twice I should say, so now he has 5 bases, which is incredible considering he's getting a lot of pressure. I think he might have expoed a bit too soon. You know, against a mech army with 5 Thors, you know, at this good tip is bring a couple SCVs to repair your Thors. They'll make them last a lot longer. If you had like 4 SCVs with this army, they also repair your Hellbat, so it would make his entire army that much more stronger and, you know, endure these attacks. Not to say that SCVs are going to last too long against mutas, but every little bit helps. And he even got a tank in this composition. And here come the roaches. Roach transition by Carnage, but only the upgrades are not. Oh, they're actually even. Never mind. 1-1 against 1-0. And this Expo Carnage does not look like it will last. And the mutas come, try to flank the tanks, but to no avail. This become Thor fodder, and Carnage is down 20 supply. This is not looking good. Carnage is trying to remax, and he does, but he needs more overlords. And oh man, the tanks are exposed. The Roach is trying to do something. At least they took the tanks out, but they're getting blown to smithereens. And here it goes down the last tank. The SCV is taken down. You see, here we go. The SCVs are repairing the Hellbats, and you know, it's just good to have a few that just help your endurance. So now Darkswarm's just trying to snipe some bases, and I think the Zerg player just expanded a bit too soon. If you would have maybe waited a little bit, could have helped. I don't know. I don't play Zerg, but just he's getting spread pretty thin here, and the Thors are actually in a bad position. The Hellbats are in the back and the Thors are in the front, and they just got taken down, so that was a good move by Carnage. Yeah, Thors are just really hard to manage just because they're so slow. And down goes the other Expo of Carnage, so things are not looking good for our Zerg player here. And I guess Carnage is going to try to do some sort of counterattack here while the rest of his base is getting taken out. And the Roaches come back. I think he's just indecisive. Carnage is doing his last stand here, trying to take out these Thors, but I think he just has too much. The Thors are going to hold, and GG. Carnage is defeated, and Darkswarm is victorious. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that commentary. Please let me know if you have any questions, any tips. I definitely like to hear your feedback, and thanks for watching.